up in the air if you're feeling us. Walk into the room looking like $1 million. Yeah, we moving on up like the Jeffersons. If it ain't about a bag, then don't hold me up. I'm going hard for my county, I ain't letting up. DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Yeah, we moving on up. Home team, yeah, you know that we coming up. Put your hands up in the air if you're feeling us. Walk into the room looking like $1 million. Yeah, we moving on up like the Jeffersons. If it ain't about a bag, then don't hold me up. I'm going hard for my county, I ain't letting up. DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Yeah, we moving on up.
So we just arrived at the King George property, a $1.4 million property. And unfortunately, the owner was not aware of us coming today. He assumed we were coming tomorrow. Well, we're gonna wait for the client to come. We're gonna see if he'll be ready at that time. Then we'll go in, we'll tour this home. After we leave this home, we'll go to the second home in Port Tobacco, Maryland. So I don't think you're gonna like it. And the house looks like it's one level. I'm about to go inside, but I don't think that you're gonna like this house. She's gonna come check it out since we're already here. That looks like the way to lock it. And this looks like the way to unlock it. Okay, I need my other phone.
This is Sandy.
Hey, this is Keela again with the Home Team Realty Group.
Yes.
So I am actually trying to get into the house, but it looks like the door is not unlocking. Goodness. Okay. So when I'm showing a client a property, I ensure to get there ahead of time to give me enough time to turn on all the lights, open all the blinds. I like for the home to have as much sunlight as possible coming in, for the home to look as bright as possible so that the client can see it in its best light.
Building relationships is really important in this business, and one of my real estate partners in South Carolina referred a client to us who is moving here for her job, and we had the opportunity to walk her through the process of buying her forever home.
Welcome in.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, we need to put our shoes on.
Well, I didn't see that prior to because I had to come through the back door.
Please cover.
But yes.
For the move.
Okay, we can go ahead and take a walk around.
Okay.
I've already been through the top level and the basement. I haven't been upstairs yet.
This client was looking for a home that made a statement. She said, when people walk into my house, I want them to be like, wow. She said, I don't want a catwalk, meow. I want a catwalk, meow. And I was like, okay, I want a catwalk. She was very specific on the things that she really wanted and needed in a home, from the land to the entertainment space, to the kitchen, to the backyard. And it needed to have a pool. So she loved being near the water was also important. We had a job cut out for us.
How many acres is on this one?
This one I believe was 4.
Is it 4?
Let me pull it back up.
Is it 4 or 2? I thought it was 2.
I think so too.
2 point something.
2.8 or something.
You were closer. It's 2.1.
2.1?
Mm-hmm.
Now how far does it go back?
So that part, we would have to contact the listing agent to see how far back it goes. They don't have that really spelled out here.
Yeah, okay.
You're welcome to another slide.
Right into it.
For the day.
I love this. This is nice.
The kitchen window, this little cutout, this is cute.
Oh, I guess they're redoing this. So there's 2 ovens. How old is this one?
This one was built 1989.
So they're doing some upgrades.
1988. There's a smaller kitchen around here also.
Oh, that's an extension of the kitchen. That's the old kitchen, I guess.
Yeah, this is the freezer.
And
a refrigerator.
Ooh, really old.
Our luxury division clients have little time because they're running businesses and their personal lives. So it's very important for us to make sure that we maximize the time that we have with them. Keela played a really important role in this because we had limited time to get to several houses to make sure that we got to what she needed to make a decision.
I'll tell you right now, no comparison.
No.
I knew it was coming. It's beautiful.
It is.
But on a
beautiful.
different.
Are we gonna go downstairs before we go upstairs?
Let's go upstairs. We might want to put our shoes back on when
To
we
go downstairs?
Yeah, because I don't think the floor, the
It's
carpet
clean?
wasn't all the way through.
Okay.
It's a whole nother situation.
It's a whole situation. That's the
This is a
master
huge
bedroom.
room.
Ooh, let's go in here.
Look at this thing in the middle. How cute.
What? That's why you could just sit or put
When you're
incense
too
and
hot
stuff
from
in
getting out the
there.
shower.
Look at the bidets.
Oh, wow.
Bidets.
Oh, there's laundry in here also.
It's nice.
Yeah.
I think way back then that was the shit. Oh, and the laundry room in here too. So it's one closet, but then they do have like the built-ins in there.
This is giving like
That's
beauty
nice.
salon.
I wonder if
This-
this is like an in-law suite. This is probably like an in-law
No,
suite situation.
this, I think that's the master
This is
bedroom.
what's upstairs.
Huh?
I mean, we don't know. I haven't been upstairs yet.
And they're all built-in closets, so that's nice. Lots of room. Just to look out and look at the water, the beautiful water.
Yeah, you can look
Oh,
over
nice.
both sides too.
Oh, you can see the
Where you
water
come
from
to
here.
Wusa.
Yeah.
So what are you feeling about this property so far?
Huh?
What are you feeling
What
about
am I?
this property?
You already know.
You can be
Like,
honest.
oh my God.
You already know. I love the first property.
Yeah, that was right up her alley.
I don't want it to be too old.
Right.
But it is nice. I love the open concept. It's spacious.
It is.
There's lots of room. I love the hardwood floors and the tile because I'm not a fan of carpet
Okay.
unless it's probably in, a couple of bedrooms, and that's about it. But I like it. I love the layout.
Not this one, but is Maryland possible if we can find the
Possible.
King George home in Maryland?
Yeah.
And the school is not that far from,
Right.
the King George's. And then we found the big highway.
Okay.
Yeah, the one where you were flying.
You gotta put your shoes back on, mama. To go down.
With the second property that we toured in the area, the energy just wasn't the same in this particular house. The house felt a little older. There were a lot of cobwebs throughout, so it was a little dusty. So the client just didn't really have the same feeling, not the same wow factor in this particular property. So during your ride here, your 45-minute ride, did you think about the King George house anymore?
Did I think about it?
The last property.
That's all I thought about. Talk it over with the family.
Were there any negatives in the house? Any negatives?
Well, the only negative I had was the coming up
Oh yeah.
to that stop.
The driving
and
part.
when he said there's
There's another way.
alternate routes, and then we took that route that gives us the huge highway. Okay.
Yeah.
We can,
Okay. That's all good news.
that was it.
That's all good news.
Everything else was wonderful.
Yes. Beautiful.
Everything I wanted. And more.
Okay. Fully furnished and everything. Get a boat if you want.
I know, it comes with a boat.
It comes
Who's
with
selling
a
the house
boat.
with a boat?
I was thinking
saying.
of getting a boat. No, I don't. If I do get this property, I won't have to get a boat.
Yeah, it's already in your driveway.
Real estate is what we do. $1 million homes, sellers who aren't expecting us, and a journey full of surprises. It's really important to think outside the box when marketing yourself. You don't have to be a cookie cutter marketing agent. You can be unique, be yourself, and that's what I encourage my agents to do.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. I'm excited. All right, let's go. It looks like a walk up there.
Kai is a go-getter. She is a jack of all trades. She makes a plan and sticks to it until it gets done.
You excited about that?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait. It's a perfect spot because I get to drive past it every morning when I leave out our community and be reminded, like, let's go sell DMV. I want, the next one is going to be on a bus. And then the next sign I want is a billboard.
All right.
Oh! Yay! Did you see my sign?
You mayor?
No, I'm not the mayor, not yet.
You supposed to be the mayor, right?
No,
Council or something like that?
I'm a real estate agent.
Okay, real estate agent?
Right here, look at my
Let me
sign.
see. Let me see.
We're gonna be selling Glenarden. We're gonna sell Hyattsville. We're gonna sell DC. We're gonna sell Virginia. So I'm ready. I'm ready for the next level. Honey, let me see if this QR code works. Yes, it works. A12, destination, Addison Road. It works, honey. We ready. All right, I got one more sign up. Let's go check that out. Right in front of the hospital.
What do you think?
It is beautiful. I love it. I definitely will make sure this QR code works also. But I'm just thinking I'm supposed to pose like this all day. I'm super excited. Hopefully it gets a lot of attention. A lot of traffic comes through this area. And hopefully I can sell to a lot of doctors and nurses.
Dual career agents have a different challenge in growing their business because they are working 2 careers. It's important for dual career agents to be visible, have a strong social media presence, and make themselves available for opportunities to be in front of people as much as possible. Real estate is about building wealth. That's why I encourage my agents to think bigger, like Sean, who's using real estate to build financial freedom.
I got started off in real estate investing, and I want to say it was 2007, 2008. A friend of mine, after I had finished playing professional football, I ended up connecting with a friend of mine in Montgomery County named Bottleham Owens. Bottleham basically asked me to tag along one day, and I had no idea what I was gonna be, tagging along for, but he said, just come along, just let me run around. I need to check on some cabinets and some supplies at this house. Unbeknownst to me, he was actually doing investments at the time and had connected with a number of major players in the local market. And so I walked into the house, saw that it was demoed, saw that it was a blank canvas, but saw that he was bringing it back together, and he talked to me about why he bought it at a certain price and the condition it was in. And he helped me understand when you do certain steps, how you bring something back to life that make it sentimentally valuable. And so that was something that clicked in me right away. And I said, man, I want to learn that. And by shadowing him that day in Germantown, it just launched everything that I know today. The biggest lessons I learned were the mistakes that I made, which sharpened me for how to approach everything now. I made the mistakes. You got to make mistakes in order to be sharp at what you do. And I took enough opportunity to go through enough to where, whether it was a foundation, whether it was a low-bearing wall, whether it was having to redo the work all over again, whether it was doing floor joists or whatever the major item it might have been, I made enough mistakes to know what to look for, and by the grace, I've been able to recover from it in those instances to make it right in order to still be able to propel myself forward. So making mistakes and learning from them are key components to becoming sharper in the industry.
Real estate is so unpredictable. Sometimes life throws you things that you could never have expected. I woke up this morning to an emergency text message from my client saying that his wife had been rushed to the hospital on their way back from their honeymoon. She passed out in the car and they didn't know what was going on. She hadn't had any health issues prior, and they didn't know how this was going to affect closing, how long she might be in the hospital. And all I could say was, oh my God. And I was like, this is shocking to say the least. All right, welcome home. Welcome home. So we're going to start actually in the garage. I want you to just make sure the doors open and close properly. Inside the garage.
I'm trying to remember where the
You
light
can leave
at.
that. Hmm?
I'm trying to remember where the light at for this.
Right there.
Okay.
Yeah. Make sure that the doors open and close properly.
Okay, I see what he drilled and stuff like that for the termites.
Yep. You can tell where the termite treatment happened. Yeah, it's so interesting because people don't even realize they have termites, until you have something like this happen, an inspection and things like that. So you can push this to make the door go up. There you go.
All right.
It's all good. We can go back down. And then here is just making sure that everything is good, that the door opens and closes and all of that properly. And then for the rain stopped for us.
Yeah. What'd you say, babe?
These final walkthroughs are interesting because they can make or break a deal. It can take something that was really good and exciting and make it like, oh my God, what just happened? But I don't think we're gonna have that here today. Sometimes the sellers will go above and beyond, to do things that we didn't necessarily say to do. We just pull the other one first.
Okay.
Yep, and now that one.
Hold up.
Let's pull it. It's just tight. A little bit WD-40 and we're good to go.
And then I see why.
Or tighten up that.
Screw dropped a little bit.
So your washer and dryer, all good to go.
And I know the inspector did say all that works.
This is your Verizon box. The Verizon bought all your equipment ahead of time, but fortunately the house is vacant and so it didn't cause a problem. So up here, what I need for you to do is run the water on hot, turn on all the burners on the stove, and turn on the oven. Make sure everything is working. So the reason why we're doing this is just to make sure that everything is still working so that if it wasn't, and it was before, then we can get that fixed. So we do walkthroughs the day or two before closing to make sure that if there's any issues, that we're not at closing day trying to address those issues, because it makes everybody way too anxious and is no need in having a process that was good end up being something that becomes a problem later, and it doesn't have to be.
Oh, them things get hot.
Yes.
Quick. They might have burned up my arm here.
Oh no, from the heat.
Yeah.
That pulls down. You can just pull it straight on down. Yep, there you go. I know it feels like you're gonna break it, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's because almost all blinds are made like that now.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it because he did it for a whole safety, child safety thing.
Yeah.
But the kind of iffy.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. You gotta be very careful. Can you turn on the fans for me above? All the cabinets and stuff are empty. They're fine. I just made sure they did leave paint down here for you. Touch-up paint is still down here.
Okay.
Okay.
You said what, babe?
This is Babe's mom. Did you open the kitchen window?
Let's see. Let me cut that back on.
That's good. We're gonna crank that soldier boy. It's like crank window. Yeah, just make sure that the sides are unlocked. Bathroom, I want you to...
Let that run for
Yeah, we're gonna let that run. We'll come back and check. I need you to open up the refrigerator though, please. And put your hand inside the refrigerator and the freezer. And the degrees is on the top. You see it working?
Yeah.
Okay. And then down.
Good size too.
Yeah, it's a very nice size. And then in the freezer.
Freezer.
Mm-hmm.
That's the ice maker. Freezer down.
Nice and cold.
You ready?
Walking through the property with my client while his wife is in the hospital. He was at her bedside all night, tired, still not sure what's happening, still not any answers on what's going on with his wife. Was a bit of a downer.
Do you have any questions as far as tomorrow?
No.
While the doctor's there, do you want to ask the doctor if it's okay for her to sign documents tomorrow?
Do you want to go ahead and ask the doctor if it'd be all right to have a notary come in tomorrow? Even, since where you're at?
Will they allow that for you to sign your documents?
This is the last thing that any of us could have expected to happen. They're on their way from their honeymoon. They're at the peak of their life, about to close on a home. And boom, she's in the hospital with no answers.
I'm hoping they say yes so that she gets the opportunity to have the experience of first-time home buyer, marriage, and house all in the same week, all in the same, literally 10 days. Yeah, 10 days. You went from single to married to a house together and taking care of your wife in the hospital. You get all the feels. So tomorrow, if the hospital says yes, what I need from you today when you go back is the address, the room number, and so we can give it to the notary.
Okay.
But you have to let me know if they say yes, it's fine, or no. If it's not, then we'll go to plan B, which is to do the POA.
We had to go into plan B. What does this look like? What will it look like? Can we get into the hospital to close? Are we gonna close? Is she coherent enough to close? What is it that we can do to get this deal to the closing table for this couple who are so excited about their first home together?
And so we do have a plan. If all else fails and she can't do it at the hospital, then we'll have her virtual, and she can see all the excitement happening from there, which is, I know it sucks. It really does suck. It really does suck. This is not the way I'm sure you wanted to start marriage or even here, but here we are. And so the great thing is that we do have options.
Right.
And we work with a title company that's going to make it work for you. And so I'm excited about that for you.
Okay.
And so you still get to do the things, just not in the way we wanted to, but she's going to be better for it. Her health is going to be better for it. She'll know more about her body now, So I just feel like all things happen for a reason. Yeah. And what that reason is, sometimes we don't know till much later, but right now it sucks. Right now it sucks major booty, but here you are doing the thing. All right?
Yeah.
Okay. Way to go. Good job. Way to boss it out. All right. And this is your key, but I can't give it to you today because also the cleaning people are going to be coming. But we'll have it there, and I'll let you know what location it'll be in. Okay. And then and I'll take care of all the other details. So now all you have to do is go focus on your wife, and we're going to send you a walkthrough addendum so that we can, make sure let them know everything's okay. I'll ask about the water pressure though, and see if there's something we can have checked.
Okay.
And then other than that, you go to the table, you get $4,000 back at the table. Way to go. Cha-ching.
Always good,
always good. And yeah, it literally cost you, nothing. You actually got all your money back that you put into it, aside from inspection and appraisal. Yeah. Wow. Congratulations. That doesn't happen all the time. So even in this market, it's still very much a seller's market. So it doesn't happen like that. So that was a blessing. And you get to come into a house that's fabulous. Congratulations. I'm really, really, really happy for you. Thank you so much for allowing me to walk you through this process.
Thank you for all the help.
Yes.
It's been a ride.
It's been a ride, right? We saw, how many houses have we see? I think we probably saw at least 12. At least 12 homes, because we had a short window.
I know we've seen at least 3 or 4 in Akakeek.
Yeah.
2 or 3 in Clinton. Couple up in Marlboro.
and in here.
And then there's a couple out here.
Yeah, in Waldorf, yeah. And so, and this is where you landed, which is great because commute was really important for her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here we are. Congratulations. Oh, I did want to show you that inside this closet, you can go take a look, is more of this. And we'll have closing gifts and all that kind of stuff for you here. But you can use that as a cutting board. You can use the countertop as a cutting board. And there's a big one up there too that you can just kind of use however you need to use it. So.
Okay.
All right.
You can tell it's good too. Got some weight to it.
Yeah, you can definitely tell it's good. All right, so we'll get back to your wife and your husband duties. Okay, Mrs. Butler. I know you're probably dealing with a doctor right now, but I just want to say thank you, and I'm praying for you. Okay? Keep me posted on your health. And I'll be in touch anyway, even if y'all don't. You're going to be like, my crazy real estate agent keeps calling us and showing up. What does she want? But no, I really want to make sure you're okay and that you guys have the best experiences possible when you come through and actually make your move, okay? So you got me on speed dial for anything that you need. Let me know. Like, we literally are a one-stop shop, okay? Nothing is too small. I think I told y'all that from the beginning, okay? So just hit me up for anything you may need, okay? All right, take care of yourself. I met her mom for the first time on FaceTime, and you could tell she was so concerned about her daughter. I felt for her because I can't even imagine my daughter being in a situation where you have no idea what's happening, a medical emergency that you could have never imagined, and she still wants to close on her home.
As to you,
Yeah.
all of this chitter chatter, I said we probably need to officially meet. Thank you for helping my baby.
Yeah, she's wonderful. They've both been really great. They've both been really great. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm so glad that they decided to turn to something turnkey, because I started to think something about you when we were going to those other places. It wasn't you.
It wasn't me. No, it absolutely wasn't me. And I was like, y'all sure? Is this going to work for you? I asked all kinds of questions about their contractors. Like, what do you know? Who do you know? Yeah.
With the septic place, my husband said, baby, I'm just going to pray. He prayed that God would that his will would be done.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out. He said, baby, that it must not have been God's will. I said, you didn't pray that God blocked it? He said, no, I didn't pray that. He said, I just prayed that God's will be done. Because what we see, we try to mind our business because we love them so much. We don't make decisions for our children, but we see sometimes what they can't see. They're young. They don't have a lot of time. We've done the fixer-upper thing, and we've made those mistakes thinking we had all the time in the world. Mm-hmm. They're newlyweds. They want to travel. They work full-time jobs.
Yeah.
She's you know, they think they have time for it, but it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. We had those conversations. We
want them to for themselves and not have rest.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of things. So as I see them move around, and Traven did his little first fix just now. I should have took a picture of it. I'm so proud. Excited. I'm really excited for them. I'm excited to have them sit me down and cook something in that kitchen that's so beautiful. I looked at the backsplash. I said, look at that backsplash in that room.
Isn't it pretty?
They could not even turn around in that kitchen.
Wait, was it the one with the green carpet?
Oh my God.
What I know is that real life happens, and it's my job as their agent to keep them focused, to give them hope, encouragement, and to make this as simple as possible for them, and to give them options to be able to still make this transaction happen that they've been working so hard towards, and get them to the closing table.
It was one of them that had the sunroom with the plastic on it, I think.
Yeah, that was the last one.
But I'll tell you this, I'm really proud that they have come together and they seem to be happy with this property. So thank you so much.
Yeah, they are. I really wanted to hear what when they said that they would. I told them from the beginning, like, we can walk away from anything. Like, it does not matter to me. Like, I want to make sure you guys are good, that you're in a property that are going to love, you're going to be there for a while. But when they told me that their decision was to go to a townhouse, I was like, wait, this goes against everything that you said about what you needed for space and backyard and all things. And so here we are, but they have an amazing backyard here. They still have a great backyard and all the other things. So I just think for first-time home buyers, for newly married people, to everything that you just said, like, this is perfect for them. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's fixer-uppers are great. We do it all day long, right? I do that work. I do that with my clients, with my investors, with myself. And it's not something that I would recommend for a first-time home buyer, but they convinced me. They were like, no, we got all the people, we do stuff, we're in construction, like, we know this stuff. I was like, okay, all right. So, but
It's a plan of my grandbabies, but no, I'm
when I hear you talk, I hear your sister. Y'all actually sound a lot like, the more you talk, the more I hear. And when you talked about cooking in the kitchen for them, I'm like, yeah, that's totally Felicia's sister. All right, well, I will. So, if you guys can find out and make sure that it's okay for the notary to come tomorrow to the hospital so that she can sign, that would be great. Because we just need to make sure it's okay.
I'll find out right now. I'll give Maya the phone back. I'll find out right now.
Okay.
I don't think it's a problem.
Okay. And do we need any clearances or anything?
I don't think so. She doesn't have any restrictions, but
okay.
Doesn't have any restrictions.
Okay.
But, let me give her back to her.
Okay. All right, beautiful. Get better real fast.
That's the plan.
We'll have something beautiful here for you guys when you turn this key again, okay? All right. And congratulations on becoming Mrs. Butler. I can't wait to see. Y'all have to give me some, like, photos or video or something. First dance. I need something, please.
What I know about real estate is emergencies happen. I've had clients who have fallen ill and are not able to make it to closing, and we've had to pivot. So the pivot in real estate is something that you better learn, and you better learn fast.
Looking back, and the one thing that I know when I started real estate was that I could not fail. I have two very important reasons. They're my why, they're my everything. And I knew that this was just something that I had to be successful at, and I just keep working harder and harder, and I just always remember my two whys.
Hello.
Mom and Dad on the way?
Yep, 10 minutes.
All right. I switched. We were in the smaller room, but since it's a whole party, I switched us to over here. So if you guys want to have a seat. One of my favorite parts of real estate would be helping people accomplish their dream, because the joy that they feel, the relief that they feel, the everything that they feel, I feel it too, because they're my clients, they're my families. And I managed to print you all docs.
Look at that doc. Thing is an inch high.
Every time I print something, I have to send it 10 times, and you would think it would come out 10 times, but it doesn't. It laughs at me, and I have to run back and forth 50 times, and everyone in here hears me stomping through the entire office as I'm going back and forth.
Hola, mucho gusto. Yo soy Brenda. Brenda y Rosa.
Nos conocimos. Usted me ha visto hablando. Passing. A lot of my clients come to me with a tax ID number. They come to me with a language barrier. They come to me with even the barrier of not being able to read. The reason that I do that is I remember my parents, when they bought their first home, they just had to trust the person that they were working with. And I want my clients to trust me because they have to trust that I am telling them what's on their documents, and they have to know that it's accurate and I'm being completely honest, transparent, and clear with them and making sure that they understand the process. I feel like what makes it worth it is that I'm helping people accomplish the dream of homeownership, especially the community that I serve, because a lot of times they don't feel like it's something that they're ever going to accomplish. They come to this country with the dream of, or the goal of making money. They see that all of these other people accomplish things and they're buying homes, and they start to hope for that for themselves. And when I'm able to help them accomplish that dream, it's the ultimate feeling.
Congratulations. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna go Xerox all this paperwork.
3 trees later.
That wasn't that bad though, was it?
Let's do it again.
Well, okay.
All right, you guys ready? Telling my clients that they have signed the last of that massive stack of documents and handing them the keys is the most amazing feeling, because at that point, all of the emotions are just completely released and all we can feel is joy. Like no more anxiety, no more like sad, it's not gonna happen, no more nightmares about lenders, anything like that. It's just joy, and this is amazing. Mission accomplished, dreams accomplished.
Real estate isn't just about homes, it's about building relationships and community. This is why we put on the Harvest Fest. The Harvest Fest was birthed out of my desire to give people a safe place to bring their kids for trick-or-treating, to get candy, to engage with each other, and to have a little fun.
We have an overwhelming response. Over 300 attendees.
We always have at least 300 plus people come out and enjoy our community activities, and the Harvest Fest is just one of the things we do here at the home team that serves the community.
It's just always great. And you know, with every year that we continue to grow with the number of attendees that we have from the community. We're from this area, Fort Washington. We know the vibe that the residents down here in this community look for. And when they come, they know they're gonna have a great time.
My grandson inspired my shark costume. He is Park the Shark, but my grandkids also love Baby Shark. So I wanted to dance. I want to do Baby Shark, do, 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 do. You know it. If you got kids, you gotta know that song, right? Community is everything. If you're not in a community and you're not visible, you won't have a business. I love seeing my agents engage the community. It gives them a chance to be one-on-one with people who could become clients. Many of them do become clients. They also become like family. They look forward to our events. Our agents meet people that they would have never met in their regular day-to-day lives. It is one of the biggest ways that we lead generate here at the home team.
I think the home team really bring the community together simply because we have a lot of people that come back year after year. So they become our family as well. They look forward to these events. Not only that, for my business personally, I get to meet a lot of new people that's looking to buy or sell, or even rent a home. And you know, I'm just a resource and I'm there to help them along the way. So that's why I think it's not only important just for the community to come together, but you know, it showed that we, the Home Team Realty Group, is here for them as well.
everybody. It's Little Red.
It felt great to be in a role to be able to interact with the kids at the Harvest Fest because I love kids. That's one reason I was an educator, and just being back in that space really brought me back, and I feel like I was in my passion and walking in my purpose when I did that.
And I'm here to tell you all a story about the day that I went to see my grandma.
Reading to the kids at the Harvest Fest was a great experience for me because it kind of tied everything together. The kids were already excited, and then they came to sit down and listen to the story, and they were really engaging with it. And I just feel like it's important to read to the kids. We're losing some story characters in our time, so I think it was really important for me to do that.
Can anyone guess what kind of stew my grandma was making? Pig stew? No. Wolf stew. Wolf stew. There was a big wolf paw hanging out of the pot that my grandma had on the stove. Oh no. I looked up at my grandma and she looked down at me and said, "No big bad wolf can get your grandma." The end. Thank you all. Catch Little Red in the pumpkin patch at 3:30.
Events such as the Harvest Fest are so important because they build trust with our community. They don't look at us as just people that sling houses, but also people that can provide a nice time and also provide resources to them and their families.
The Harvest Fest is always a good time. We usually try to find something that our son is into at the moment, and right now it's Buzz Lightyear. So he dressed up as Buzz Lightyear. I found an adult Buzz Lightyear costume, and my wife is one of the aliens from Toy Story, one of those 3 little aliens from Toy Story. I love bringing my son to these events. He always has a good time. It's always great to see just life from his eyes, to see how happy he is, to get candy and things like that. But most importantly, it helps him go to sleep a lot faster.
One thing about the Harvest Fest that's different from any other community event is simply no one does it like us. And honestly speaking, because I've been in this business for decades, I have never seen a Harvest Fest like this.
It was important for me to be part of the Harvest Fest because it's more about community. It's not just about selling homes. It's about celebrating, having a good time, getting to know our families on another level. I don't like just doing transactions because it's a transaction, because I'm selling them a house. I like to know them. I like to have fun with them and smile and share great times with them.
Families really enjoy the pumpkin patch. As soon as we make the announcement, the kids start running towards the pumpkins, and they always like just grabbing the pumpkins of their choices, and it really just makes for a great day. We're going to make the Harvest Fest bigger next year by inviting more local vendors. And when we do that, the relationships and the structure just get stronger and stronger.
If someone has never been to a home team Harvest Fest, it is a family event. It's a community event. It's a get to know you. It's a feel comfortable. It's a have an amazing time with the home team. You can do anything from, picking up a pumpkin to picking up information on how to buy a home, and you can joke around with everyone and just feel completely comfortable.
Giving back to the community is one of my favorite parts of what we do here at the home team. But tomorrow, I get to do something even more special, which is help my daughter buy her next home.